All right, everybody, welcome into the Shout Football Podcast. We are going to put a couple videos up here in the next couple days, some one-offs to get you guys a little bit extra content on the new YouTube channel. And first and foremost, we're sitting here on Monday morning, a couple hours removed from the Cleveland Browns completely shaking up the AFC playoffs, knocking out the number 3 seed Pittsburgh Steelers. So now the Baltimore Ravens will come to Buffalo on Saturday night for an 8:15 kickoff. Ryan, what are your first impressions of now this matchup? One that I know a lot of Bills fans were kind of hoping to avoid in the playoffs.
Yeah, I understand wanting to avoid it, but I feel like this is the main event of the weekend. 2 first-round picks from that 2018 NFL draft going head-to-head, and not just 2 quarterbacks, Matt. The 2 quarterbacks that I feel were most written off by the draft analysts, by some of these experts, saying, Lamar Jackson, I don't know if he could ever be a true quarterback in the NFL, and Josh Allen, he's such a major project. Well, look at them now. I think that if you ask most of those same people now, most of those experts, they would say that Allen and Jackson have had the most success from that draft class.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. And we're talking about a MVP from last year, 2019, and somebody that is a runner-up in my book for MVP this year. I think Aaron Rodgers just had a spectacular year, but I would not argue too hard against you if you thought that Josh Allen was deserving of that award this year. And I think one of the things that this matchup comes down to for me, Ryan, is it is going to come down to these 2 quarterbacks, because you have a defense with the Buffalo Bills that last year in 2019 week 14 did a really good job of scheming against Lamar Jackson when he was at his height, at his peak, and when he was just absolutely thrashing every team that he played against. The Bills, they gave up 3 touchdown passes to him, but he only ran for 40 yards on 11 carries. And the Tennessee Titans, a few weeks later, when they eliminated the Ravens, credited the Bills for kind of placing the blueprint on how to stop Lamar Jackson. And they're going to have to do that again. One of the things I like about this matchup, though, you look at this Tennessee game from Sunday, 20-13 win for the Baltimore Ravens. Most of the time this season, 20 points is not going to be enough to beat the Bills. I like a lot of things about this Baltimore defense. I think they did a really good job stopping Derrick Henry and forcing Ryan Tannehill to beat you. But the deal with the Bills is not only the development of Josh Allen, but the weapons that he has around him. They have some good corners there, but as we saw in the game against the Titans, they got beat a couple times, particularly Marlon Humphrey. So I think Stephon Diggs can get some work done in this game. I like a couple of their matchups, and I think it's going to be tough for the Baltimore defense to replicate that kind of production, hold the Bills under 20, and that could be what this game comes down to. 24-17 last year, it could be the first to 20 that wins this game.
Yeah, what's interesting to me is the Ravens. They're kind of like the Navy of the NFL, of the league. Navy football, if you're familiar with that Bills Mafia at home, they run a very run-heavy offense where triple option, things like that, where teams generally aren't used to playing that week in, week out. This is a team that doesn't throw the ball that often. They're running a lot. They're giving unique looks. Old friend and Greg Roman is the offensive coordinator there that Bills fans should know pretty well. So it's going to be a challenge. And that's, I'm not trying to take anything away from Lamar Jackson, this team, but that's one reason why I think they have so much success. They are a rare breed where teams don't usually prepare for those things week in, week out. And that's what Lamar Jackson, this team shows. You saw he was bottled up so much yesterday against the Titans, and then he broke off that long touchdown run. So he is dangerous. And you mentioned it last year. There was a blown coverage play that led to one of the touchdowns. But the Bills had that blueprint. Flipping the course last year, the Ravens defense was blitzing at Josh Allen early and often in this game, and it frazzled Josh Allen. If they try that again this year, which that's still their MO, I think this team blitzed more than any other in the NFL. I think Josh Allen's ready for it. He was one of the best quarterbacks in the league this year in terms of handling the blitzes, getting the ball out quickly to guys that are open because the blitz was coming on. So this is going to be a really interesting chess battle between these two teams come Saturday night.
We have a monster show for you on Wednesday night. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We wanted to whet your appetite a little bit. We're going to welcome in NFL Network's Kim Jones, working on a couple other guests, kind of exchanging some text messages right now. But no matter how it ends up turning out, you are not going to want to miss this show. I believe it's going to be on the NY Up channel, but if we're able to stream on here, we might just go from here. So make sure that you subscribe to this new channel, Buffalo Bills on NY Up. on YouTube. Tell your friends about it, share it out so people can join us when we do end up shifting things over and going live on this page all the time. Thank you so much for your support for Ryan Talbot. I am Matt Parrino. We will see you on Wednesday night.